Going to demonstrate a rescreen on this front window screen of ours that we decided we wanted to put a light reducing screen into. So I'm going to remove the spline here. Probably shouldn't use a knife as I did at first, use a pair of pliers. So we switched over to a pair of pliers, got that torn out. We had gone to Lowe's to buy a new spline, but the spline that they had was not the correct size. So I'm going to clean it up, and so you can see I'm using a vinegar solution there. You can check online for the reduction on that, or the mix ratio with water. Get all the mold out of there and clean it up. And I'm going to rescreen with the original spline, unfortunately. So just keep that in mind. If you're doing one of these projects, you want to make sure you get the right size from the store or order online, and then of course get the appropriate screen for your use. You're going to stretch it out to the size of the screen, which is recommended to go about 1 inch past the actual frame size. And so I've cut that to size, and we're going to line it all up and start to respline it. Got the spline tool and the screen from Lowe's, but you can pick this up online if you don't want to go out into the wild and pick those things up. So start at the corner, and we'll keep your screen all nice and squared up with the frame. As you're working the spline across, you want to make sure that you kind of keep the spline aligned with the groove. It goes in a little bit quicker, a little bit easier. And of course, you have to work it a little bit around the clips that help you pull the screen in to take it out of the window frame. And we'll come back and work the corners a little bit later, but squaring it up, keeping everything nice and tight, working it into the groove there. And you're going to see here that I'm having a little bit of trouble getting it squared up, and actually got a little bit of a pucker there that I'm going to work out here in a minute. Yep, so it turned out nice. And as you can see, I didn't quite get my screen centered, so I'm having to work it a little bit more than I would have if I had gotten that centered up. So my mistake, don't make that mistake. Get it nice and centered up before you get started, and pull it nice and tight. So when in the finished product, you'll have a nice flat screen without any wrinkles or sag, if you can get it nice and tight. This total video is 4 minutes as it's being posted, but this is actually a 16-minute video run at 4 times speed. So total installation of the screen, not including not including the install and deinstall time, running about 16 minutes. So I'm going to get my knife out here as soon as I get those corners poked in nice and tight. To run the knife around there. Careful not to cut into the screen inside the frame. Trim it off. All good to go. Done.